Welcome. Today we're going to be going over how I pass the 100k FTMO challenge. So let's go. So let's start off in the account matrix, the trading journal, the starting balance, what the personal disciplines were, and what the trading objectives was. So with FTMO, as you guys know, and this is obviously the free trial, but if you select the new FTMO challenge, which you have to pay around, I think, 200 bucks, euros, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's around that. Anyway, and then if you pass the paid version challenge, which is the exact same thing, same trade, same meta quotes, then you get a trade FTMO's capital and you get access to 90% of your P&L. So that's a benefit for completing the FTMO challenge, but it's just a free trial. It's just like a big test, good practice. So again, minimum of trading days. So I took 4 trading days, but I already passed in 3. Today I just kind of fooled around, just kept trading. I think MetaTrader as a whole is great to practice on as well, and it shows you your trading journal as well in the FTMO matrix. Anyway, so minimum of trading days 4, we passed it. Max daily loss 5k. We almost hit that, but we still passed. We had a 4k max daily loss. Max loss of 10k. Never hit that. And profit target 5k, we hit 17k. I think I was trading on a 1 to 2 risk reward, which meant that my profit target was twice the size of my stop loss. So I didn't need a 70% or 60%. I needed more like a 35%. But again, I was kind of flipping around between styles of managing risk. So it kind of differed, but that was my main strategy with setting my stop losses. 1 to 2 risk reward. Okay, number trades 28. Lots 594. Remember, one lot is 100,000 units, so that's technically 594 million units of foreign exchange currency being traded. Now, if we're going to take a look at the specific trading journal that they have set, it doesn't allow you to go in and edit it and type in what strategy you're using in specific trades or where you're thinking during it, which is good if you're going back to analyze it. But it's good to see, on some of my, I didn't lose huge, but I lost, 1Ks mostly. I tried to minimize my risk. Sometimes I tried to break even. When you see these $30, $19, I really just tried to take the break even point when I saw there was going to be a losing trade. So the big thing to know here is to understand where your losers are and then to add to your winners, which is a very hard thing because it's hard to see your real winners unless if you just see these 1k gains, 164 gains, and until I really added, which is my last trade, was 10k. So that was nuts. Now, if we're gonna check out MetaTrader 4 and see some of my texts and comments I had while looking at patterns and price action, let's see what kind of trades I went for and the strategy I went for. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the first setups I saw with the pound and franc. So I like to look at the 5 minute. It's helpful to look at all time frames from the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, hour, even the 4 hour, because effectively, I think someone put it really, really well, is that you want to see the full story. These time frames are chapters. They're chapters of the book, and to understand the price action of the security, you have to understand the whole story in the whole book, right? So all these time frames are very, very important for you to understand the short-term, long-term sentiment. So take a look at the 5 minute chart. Remember, I went back. My fault. There you go. Yeah, so I was here. I noticed a downtrend on the 5 minute. Just very bullish. And then what I noticed here, right, is that the last bear leg, it didn't even close, right, and it was very tight. So in the signs of a minor trend reversal, is a tied to the last bear leg. It's because as prices don't just exponentially keep rising. They're gonna rise, form a base, and then rise, right? So the last base was very tight here, and then I waited for price to play out, and then I noticed it formed this kind of um, double bottom with a kind of miniature double bottom here as well, right? So I looked for this I looked for the setup, waited for the pattern to form, then I took my entry around here. Again, say I wrote potential for double top. Again, super textbook, and then you see at the RSI is around the 30 level. The RSI is just an oscillator. It shouldn't. It's a cheeky one. It shouldn't really be used alone. It should be used coupled with other indicators or other trading strategies. It should only be used to confirm trades, right? And then we kept rallying. I didn't see any aggressive selling at any point, so I kept on adding my position, and then we exited. Gosh, I think here. I could have gone a little more, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm only trying to grow this account by 5K, so I took I think it was 2K profit. Okay, and let's see another setup that I had. All right, so this is another kind of 2-in-1 setup in the Euro and Japan. So again, we saw a bear wedge kind of forming. It's a big bear wedge actually. Very aggressive selling to start off. Kind of trickles down. Tighter bear leg here forms a large wedge. I want to see what happens. It didn't retest the previous high, so it just kept trickling down. It kept selling off. Then I realized that it gapped down suddenly, right? So with this gap down, and it gapped down on the next day. I think this was a Monday or something. Yeah, Monday. So we knew that if price was going to fill the gap, as it does here, that's very bullish sentiment, purely because it's filling the price that it skipped over, basically, right? In simple words, that's what it means. So we took the entry here as soon as it filled the gap, and we kept on riding it. Let that form a base. We love that, and we got out, I think, around here. So again, around, I forgot exactly, but 1 to 2K profit. MetaTrader 4 and 5, 3 even. I don't even know. They don't even show you your entries or your exits on the chart. It just kind of like appears here and then disappears. So it's strange. But yeah, let's show you one more setup before the video ends. Okay, so for the last setup we're going to show you, this was on the New Zealand and US dollar chart. This is on the 15-minute time frame. So what we saw here was a massive symmetrical triangle pattern building up. Again, very textbook. We all know descending triangles often suggest a bearish breakout, or ascending triangles with the opposite bullish breakout. Sorry. So with symmetrical triangles, they are bullish as well. Again, it goes with the same kind of concepts. Price kind of narrows down and consolidates around one key level, and then at one point, it's inevitable price is going to break out either to the upside or the downside. Now, with these kind of breakouts, as Albrecht says, there's only 60-40% chance, it's all the probabilities. So with breakouts in general, there's a 40% chance that it will go in the direction that it's set to break out as, or there's a 6% chance that it's just gonna fall to the downside. And the reason this is because with a breakout or a trend reversal, right, it's following that trend. So it's more of a chance that it's gonna follow the trend. The trend is your friend. It's most likely that the trend's gonna continue, and it checks out. It's gonna make sense that there's less of a chance that price is gonna break out or it's gonna reverse. Okay, so price again keeps consolidating. Price is trading sideways, and this is very textbook. Again, we see a pop up, then it retests the same level, key level. As you can see, I drew my rectangle because this was an area of supply too as well, right? You want to draw your areas of supply where the previous bar, where the high and the low are, right? Because those entries are coming in at that previous bar. So you want to put your rectangle here. That's kind of like your supply zone for that being, right? two very bullish bars. They're bullish because there's not a big difference between the high and the close, right? If there was a big difference between the high and the close, then it wouldn't be very bullish because sellers would be pushing price down from the high, right? So it'll be a big gap between the top wick and the close of the top body, right? So again, retest, we took that entry, kept running to the north side, form base, it kept running. I didn't hold all this way. I should have, but I think I got out around here. Again, very bullish. I kind of waited till I saw that big major bear bar, and then I kind of got out because my experience with these, and remember, you just have to go back to experience. When you see that 1K or 1.2K profit, you're going to take it. Again, my trading experience tells me to get out, but now I'm looking at it, I should have stayed in. Yeah, so that's my trading setups and how I passed the FTMO challenge. And again, guys, there's no one pattern or one strategy you have to look out for. It's all about reading supply and demand, reading price action, because you have to understand that the market makers are the ones that they're making the money, right? And you're trading against really smart people. And for you, a kid at home to take money from these institutions, they're not going to like that, right? So you're going to lose a lot of the time. So really, it's perfecting whatever your style is, your trading edge is, and really working on that, because you can make money from the big institutions. So thank you. I'll see you in the next video.